Alright, YouTube, welcome back. So we just left Peach Bottom Peters Creek, our spot we've been going to for 3 years. And some cowboy wasn't happy that we were in the stream prospecting. Screaming and hollering from the road. Why are we digging in the stream? He's calling the cops. All this shit. We're like, okay, dude, whatever you say. So, after 3 years of us being there, no one's ever said anything. We've actually even had the police stop and ask us to roll up our windows and lock our vehicle because it is in a great area, and we were shocked by that. But he never told us we couldn't be in the stream. So April and I were doing a little fact finding in what does it say? High water mark is the landowner, meaning the water that's on their land. High, and there's marks on telephone poles to tell you where the high water is. And then the low level is the city or the state, right? So we're in low level, which means it's not property owners' property. So maybe he's a little confused. Maybe he was just having a bad day. I'm not really sure. So we don't even know who he was. Just somebody driving through with a white truck screaming at us about digging in the stream. I don't know where he's been, because people have been digging in that stream for a long time. It's a popular spot. And all of Peters Creek is a low water mark. So there's no water that runs over anyone's land there. So April and I are going to call the township, Peach Bottom, Monday. We're going to ask where we can get a permit. We're going to make sure that we're clear on what we're reading about low water mark. Peters Creek, in my opinion of the language and definition, is low water. There is no water that's going over their land in the high water mark, and we're accessing the creek from public property because there is no trespassing or private property signs on the road, which none of the landowners own the road there. It's Peters Creek Road. Right. So that's township, city, or state. So we park on that road or right to the side of that road, and then we enter the stream from the side of the road. It has no property markers or no property. So April got a little scared.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks to my brother for saying, hey, sometimes people have a bad day. Yeah, some people have a bad day. So I say, no worries. You can't even see us from our vehicle, so I wonder if he saw my hat and thought we were hunting first, and then he saw we were just digging in the stream. Well, how do you think you prospect? You have to dig in the stream. And this is actually a creek, and it's not navigable, and we don't access the landowner's property. We don't use the landowner's property to get to it, and it's not at the high water mark, which then it becomes his property if the water's running over his land. But once it's below the water mark, and Peters Creek is all below, it's all below grade of property as well. Nothing he can really say or do. So we're going to try a different approach. After 3 years of doing this and meeting tons of people, including the police department, we've never had an issue. And this is what happens sometimes. Instead of being neighborly, he wanted to fly off the handle, and I could barely hear what he was saying, but I was making it out. Flipping, flapping, digging, fucking pie, beep, beep, beep. I guess he was having a bad day. But that's the way it goes sometimes. So, we just packed up our stuff and we left. And we drove around a little bit trying to identify the property owner. We think it's 170 out there in Peters Creek. Not really sure. But he was the one with the most posted signs
On the other side.
on the opposite side of the creek, which was land. I guess land he can prove he owned. Maybe he's a little confused. I don't know. We're going to figure it out. But once we talk to the township, April's going to ask them to call that property owner and make sure that he's clear that that is public public accessible stream. It's below water. It's below the low level, right? It's at high water level and low water level. So our readings were that we're legit to be there as long as we didn't gain access from his land, which we did not. And no one else ever said a fucking word to us. So. Yeah, we can't gain access from the water on the posted side because the creek runs on the opposite side. So we're gonna figure that out. So once we get to the bottom of it, I'll post our success. But you know, the police have already seen us there and never said anything. And I guess if they felt that we were breaking the law, then I'm sure he would have told us to get out.
That was 2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago. And it would be odd for him to be out trolling, so I'm wondering if someone did call. That's what we're thinking. Someone did call, and then it's like, hey, these guys ain't fishing, they ain't drinking, they ain't barbecuing. They're not on private property. They're just in the stream prospecting. All I want them to do is lock up their car.
Yeah.
And on the way he went. So it's always an adventure. So we took the easiest path of resistance, not fighting with anyone. And we're pretty confident that everyone around there in Peters Creek carries a gun. And we've seen many people walking around with pistols and rifles and shotguns. It's nothing uncommon. As we're armed with a shovel, and panning equipment. All right, that was our fun for today. Thanks for watching.